the beautiful, for the only Ghostbusters.
Not quite the only one. The movies Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 take a comical look at the paranormal, at ghosts and hauntings. The Ghostbusters battle a city packed with demons who try to take control. Of course, the good guys win in the end. This morning, though, a more serious side of the paranormal. Joining me this morning are Loyd Auerbach and Christopher Chacon with the Office of Paranormal Investigations in Orinda. This is a fascinating field. Now, I know that everybody, you can call it whatever you want, ESP, hauntings, paranormals, but everybody really has had some kind of experience with this. Not everybody, but a lot of people have stories, right?
A lot of people have stories. In polls, of over 68% of the American public believes in some, at least, possibility of psychic phenomena. So people are out there with these experiences, and close to 50% of the American population believes that they've had some contact with the afterlife, the dead, whether it's a near-death experience or apparitions.
Hard to define it. Now, Christopher, how do you get involved in something like this? What attracted you to this?
Well, professionally, I'm an illusionist, a magician, and Loyd's organization has contacted me to assist them in the investigation of this type of phenomena.
So you can prove if something might be a hoax or not, because you know how illusions are really done, too, if someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
Exactly, or even not necessarily a hoax, but if they might be by coincidence or some type of environmental anomaly.
We find out more often than not that in many of the cases we get, you just get calls on, that people are mistaking ordinary occurrences in the environment. So besides Chris being an illusionist, I'm also a magician, and that helps me in understanding the psychology of error that people run into.
Now, this weekend you were looking for Tony, a bartender at the Bantu Inn bar near Tracy. We've got some tape. Tell me about what you were looking for and what is Tony's legacy.
Tony Chacon was a bartender who died in this place in the Bantu Inn in Banta, California, right outside of Tracy, I guess about 30 years ago. He died right behind the bar. Was a bit of a trickster. He liked a lot of folks, and since that time, people have been reporting seeing all sorts of things moving around, as well as occurrences of actually seeing Tony himself. Also, people who didn't know Tony were able to see him and identify him from photographs or describe him without having ever seen a picture of him.
And what did you find?
Well, we found actually a couple things happened while we were there. The jukebox went a little crazy at some point. A couple of objects moved around while I was behind the bar entertaining people with a little bit of magic, just kind of, I guess, increase the spirit of the place, if you might want to say that. And we found that a huge number of people who've been through that place, not just the customers, the bartenders, the owners, people who've just been through that place who don't drink, have been seeing Tony or seeing things move around. And often it's skeptics who start kidding everybody about it that are the ones that are surprised the most, because it seems like Tony likes to throw things at them, whether it's coins or a drink or moving things around the bar.
That's incredible. Now, you sometimes hear things go bump in the night, Christopher. You sometimes hear little sounds. What's the strangest thing that you've ever seen, though? Something that's really, really bizarre.
Really bizarre. Well, let's see. We encounter such an extreme spectrum of things that we encounter.
It's not that bizarre to us.
Yeah, and we pretty much get used to everything we experience. I mean,
people are the weirdest thing that we run into.
How so?
Well, Chris did a case down in Los Angeles that was reported right out of the movies, with things being splashed up and all sorts of things.
Yes, there were knives being thrown around the room. There was cuts in carpet. People being physically threatened.
Did you explain it?
Well, none of the phenomena actually occurred when we were there. But by further research, we were able to determine that there was a certain amount of stress occurring, and therefore we might be able to say that the phenomena could be psychokinetically happening from the individuals in the
In other words, people moving things around them with their own minds. Of course, a lot of that also, we think in this case, was fraud on the part of one of the family members.
Definitely.
And that's what the Ghostbusters also bust, the frauds,
Absolutely.
too. Now, your book is ESP, Hauntings, and Poltergeist.
That's right.
And if folks want to get in touch with you to kind of rid their ghosts of the demons, it's early for rid their house of all the demons, they just call your office in Orinda?
Yep, 553-2588.
Okay. All right, good luck to you, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this morning. Well, looking ahead...